Bicycle Thieves is about an Italian man, Antonio Ricco, who was offered a job putting up posters in poverty-stricken post-World War II Rome. The one requirement is that he must have a bike to get around the city quickly. He sold the family bedsheets to afford this, but tragically the bike is stolen on his first job, and Antonio and Bruno, his son, go on a journey to get the bike back. The movie follows the highs and lows of the characters trying to find this bike, and the desperation that they will starve without it. The ending is glum, as you see the character take the journey from the detective of a crime to the bicycle thief himself in a tense dramatic scene. Antonio tries to steal the bike from another man, he gets caught, and the movie ends with Antonio and his son walking into a crowd of people in not too dissimilar situations to himself, as the scene fades out to credits. Not a very satisfying ending, but it was necessary. How does Bicycle Thieves reflect the characteristics of European art cinema? So let us start with the historical context of Italian neorealism. As quoted by Cook P. 2007 from page 233, Italian neorealism was the product of World War II and the defeat of Italian and German fascism. This new film style focuses on the day-to-day life of the everyday Italian just after World War II. These films often follow contemporary storylines and ideas, which is precisely what Bicycle Thieves depicted. Filmed on the streets of Rome rather than in a studio, with actors such as Lamberto Maggiorini, who was a factory worker and not a professional actor. This is a theme followed by much of the cast for Bicycle Thieves. This shows a level of realism that sets the tone throughout the film and makes this a prime example of the film genre. Italian neorealism's relation to the European art cinema. Italian neorealism is seen as the spark that diverted the European art cinema away from the Hollywood style of film and television, according to Filmstyle.com in 2021. It was a start of a new wave of film that showed the raw day in the life of the Italian working class, suffering through the poverty and difficulties of post-World War II Italy. Art cinema is often challenging to comprehend, according to Nadalius 2007 page 86. Spectator will certainly find the film difficult, if not incomprehensible. In European art cinema, viewers often find themselves lost in the film's meaning without guidance. Italian neorealism differs from this, as it often has simple themes and structures. A good example of this is the film we're talking about today, Bicycle Thieves. It is a prime example with simple and linear narrative themes and styles that is more in line with classical Hollywood films, but has a few fundamental differences. One of these being that there is no satisfactory ending to Bicycle Thieves. The main character does not achieve what the viewer desires them to do. This leaves an all too real feeling at the end of the film, as we see the characters fade into the crowd and it leaves us wondering what they're going to do next. This is a stark difference from the beginning when Antonio is selected above everyone else for a job, signifying his difference from the general population. The mise-en-scene of Bicycle Thieves is fantastic. It complements the characters and the plot perfectly. The costumes of the main characters that were chosen by the director Vittorio De Sica are very bland, run-down looking clothes, in order to make the characters look like they are working class. Furthermore, there is a stark difference in the clothes of the man who offered Antonio a job. He looked well dressed and clean. He was also smoking a cigar, which would have been a luxury only for people who were not poverty-stricken at the time. This man also stands above Antonio in this scene to signify the gentleman's power over him and the other men's futures. This theme is followed throughout the film with the setting of the scenes. For example, when the home of Antonio is shown, it looks run down and unclean, with sparse furniture and decoration. An interesting part of Italian neorealism is that it is filmed on location and not in a studio. An after effect of this is that the mise-en-scene was already present at the filming location, as it was genuinely Rome during a period after World War II. As stated by Andrew Bazin in the book What is Cinema Volume 2 on page 64, the techniques employed in the mise-en-scene likewise meet the most exacting specifications of Italian neorealism. Not one scene shot in a studio. Everything was filmed in the streets. As for the actors, none had the slightest experience in theatre or film. Although there isn't a huge amount of planning of mise-en-scène in Italian neorealism films, and subsequently Bicycle Thieves, the film would not be as genuine without it.